Taking over a football program from a legend, such as former head coach Buddy Pugh over South Carolina State. This head coach that's coming into the program is becoming a legend of his own, and Coach Berry, who is now the new head football coach over the South Carolina State football program. One thing everybody must understand is this. Coach Berry is going to come in there and set this program up so that they get the athletes in there that's going to be able to compete on a high level week in and week out. His favorite phrase, win the week. You start off with win the day, and you stack those days up to win the week. That is something that I used with my father back here in the back, was win the day. And that's something that I love the most about head coach Berry, as far as how he built that Benedict College football program up over there, in which he was there for the past couple of years, and they won the SIC championship. Crazy thing is now, you got the transfer portal open, you got early signing day just right around the corner. Everybody, transfer portal is not open. Let me make sure I clarify that, because I know somebody, coach, the transfer portal is not open. But let me clarify that. Listen, there's athletes right now that are looking to find new homes of where they want to continue their collegiate football careers. And Coach Berry just found one that's going to be something phenomenal out there on the field. We're going to talk about that young man right after this. Your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, share these videos, and tap in a friend or two and tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in this thing, because we got to get straight down to the brass tacks of what's going on here, because you know what? I think head coach Coach Berry is looking to make sure he let everybody know that because he's not in the SIAC anymore, don't think he ain't trying to come into the MEAC and get this thing started all over again, winning championships over there, now that he's at South Carolina State University. Y'all, put your thinking caps on for a minute now. Y'all know this man ain't playing no games. Coach Berry had no problem with getting out there and coming up with a nice formula that's going to work, that he's going to be able to come out there and do what he needs to do week in and week out against competition. Well, guys, Coach Berry is addressing a couple of things right now as far as the defensive backs that's needed over there within the program. And one thing I got to say is the South Carolina State Bulldogs, they are losing a couple of defensive backs, grad transfers. They decide, they've moved on. They no longer have any eligibility left. And they're, some of them are trying to go play in the NFL, or you might have one or two that, they're not grad transfer, but maybe wanting to go hit that transfer portal. You know how this thing goes now. Everybody's trying to find a better way to get themselves to where they're trying to go. But South Carolina State Bulldogs, they do have a couple of athletes that are going into the NFL, trying to get into the NFL draft. Safety Malcolm McGee, also rover Jalen Edwards, both are grad students, position themselves to go play on the next level. And these two young men are two that are trying to do just that. Now, being that they're getting, they're real thin at that position, because there's another young man, I believe was a grad student as well, that was on that defense. He's no longer going to be there as well. So you're talking about 3 defensive back positions that's going to need to be filled. And Coach Berry found himself a hitter. You got to have you some hitters back there. You got to find you a couple of cats that's going to be back there that ain't scared to come across this thing and lay that wood. I ain't talking about trying to put nobody out the game, nothing malicious, nasty, nothing like that. But this young man is lanky. He's got speed, and guess what? He can cover. This young man don't have no problem with getting out there, doing what he needs to do on the field, letting you know if you put your hands up there trying to get that ball, and he's somewhere around in your wheelhouse to prevent you from getting that pass, guess what? He's going to find a way to keep you from getting to it. All I'm saying is this young man coming into the program is coming in from Lehigh University, defensive back, transfer. Logan Jones, 6'3", 190 pounds, and he has 2 years of eligibility left to get in that Bulldogs program and make some things really happen for himself. Now, as a coach, I'm going to be honest with you. As you see how things change up within the NFL, as far as, the measurables when it comes to your defensive backs, your linemen, your quarterbacks, your running back. You see those change all the time. Some years you might have running backs, they might be 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". Then other years you might see those running backs, they might be 6'1". You know, I ain't gonna say 6'2", because 6'2" running backs, they run a little too high. But when you start seeing defensive backs that are as tall as running backs, which you normally see running backs that's 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", and you might see, you see your slot mans where they're 5'10", 5'11", somewhere in that area. When you put a defensive back there that's 6'2", 6'3", like Jones is, oh, hey, listen, quarterbacks must be precise and on point when they throw those balls. I'm talking about pencil point where you throwing them darts in there. You got to throw them bad boys ahead of time to make sure that the defensive back don't have a chance to break on that ball, pick that ball up, and go back the other way. Because you got to understand, if they're 6'3", they got to at least have a 7.5, 7 foot, 7.5 almost 8 foot reach wingspan, as far as with them being able to reach out to go ahead and pluck a ball out the air. So guess what? You can understand this young man is definitely going to be one of those ones that's going to have an opportunity to do that. Not to mention, this young man, while in high school, he was a 3-sport athlete. Young man played football, basketball, as well as ran track. Now, one thing that I did find amazing about this young man is the fact that he was a two-time state champion in track and field. This young man can get out there and burn with the best of them. So I'm definitely going to look forward to watching this young man use his talent and skills, get out there on the field, do what he needs to do. Now, while he was at Lehigh University, Jones played as a true freshman. For his career, Jones played in 26 games, had 99 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 interception, 14 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. Jones choosing to continue his collegiate football career with the South Carolina State Bulldogs was a phenomenal decision that he made because, one, you're about to get top-notch coaching coming from none other than the head football coach, Shinsberry himself, coming in from the SIAC 2-time champions, Benedict College. Let me break something down to you. Coach Berry comes into the program making sure that everyone understands the dynamics behind what they're looking to do. It's going to be infectious when you see these athletes come into that South Carolina State football program because, one, the best is going to be demanded from every athlete, in this case, I honestly feel that Coach Berry and his coaching staff found a phenomenal player in Jones, in which he's going to be a true asset to the team. South Carolina State is a little thin at the defensive back position, so we're definitely going to see some more athletes that's going to come into the program. And boy, I can't wait to see who's going to be starting on that defense come this upcoming season because things going to get nasty out there on that field. And trust and believe, Coach Berry is going to have South Carolina State Bulldogs ready to get out there and compete. But guys, y'all go ahead, salute, give Mr. Jones a round of applause for continuing his collegiate football career over at South Carolina State University. But guys, Coach going to go ahead and get up on out this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.